Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened.
Namo Saranto Suche Olahoti Samyao Samputosie.
Namo Saranto Suche Olahoti Samyao.
Namo Dakdakta Toya Daya Alahade Tamil Tambo Datoa.
Namo Dakdakta.
The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that one receive wholly within by sight hearing, about fathom thus come on to actual meaning. Shang 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 Wei Miao Ba Ba Jin Wang Jin Nam Chao Yi Wang Jin Jin Wen Da Shou Shui Yen Jie Ru Lai Chen Shui. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Shinhwa, Venerable Vishnu, all good no advisors, Amitabha. 诸佛菩萨，诸佛上人，各位比丘尼，各位上居士，阿弥陀佛。chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Hòa thượng Kiền Hoa, kính thưa quý sư cô và các vị thiện sĩ thích A Di Đà Phật. Any change? Okay. Today is the 17th of April 2011, lecture of Amitabha Sutra, Rosemead, in the state of California, in the country of USA. We are on slide 351, tâm số 351 của kinh nhạc của kinh. We were talking about the Brahma Heaven King, number 15, Brahma Heaven King, the best of all witness. Đang nói về cái số 15 là Phạm Thiên Vương. Phạm Thiên Vương là cái tốt nhất của cái thiền. What is goodness? Thiền là cái gì? Yeah, that's very good. Thiền là cái gì? What is goodness? Anyone? Bạn biết cái thiền là gì không? No one knows what a good is about. Goodness is about. No one is so naughty. Cái gì hư dễ sợ không? What is goodness? Goodness is the absence of evil. Thiện á, tức là không có ác. What is evil? Ác là gì? What is evil?
Those are 10 bad deeds for a start.
Okay. Thập ác. The 10 bad deeds, sự bố sát is evil. What are the 10 evils? The 10 evils of the body, the mind, and the mouth. Cái thập ác là cái gì? 10 cái ác của cái miệng, của cái miệng, của cái tâm và của cái thân. So,
有10不善，就是口身心10不善。
so there, the mouth does not lie. Cái miệng cái miệng nó đã so the evil mouth lies, tells lies.
所以口就是不导妄。
Okay, we don't have a problem, right? None of you have a problem. Không ai có vấn đề này hết phải không?
你说你们都没有这个问题，对不对？
No, okay, so we're on the same page. You lie, you use coarse language, nói lời thô tục.
用那个出柜的语言。
恶语。
恶语。
And you are double tongued, nói là giang sợ.
不两舌。
Nói hai lưỡi, meaning you say one thing to one side, you say another thing to the other side to incite them to get into an argument, to a fighting.
表示你不挑拨离间。
Mình nói lưỡng thiệt là nói hai lưỡi, một bên mình nói một đằng, hai cái khác nhau để kích thích người ta, thúc người ta tranh giành cãi lộn nhau. And finally, the mouth also commits frivolous speech. Ý语. Chí语. Ý is given me. Ý ngữ. Chí语. Frivolous speech, meaning you say things that are meaningless. Nói những cái chuyện mà những cái lời mà không có lời gì hết.
是你讲没有意义的话。
Why is it bad? Tại sao nó xấu?
为什么不好呢？
Why is it bad? 不敬，为什么不好？
就是讲一些好听的欺骗人。
不是的。
讲没有意义的话。就是讲闲话。
对。Why is it not good? Tại sao nói chuyện tầm phào không có lợi đấy?
为什么讲闲话不好？
Why is it? Anyone knows? You know about the coarse language. When you talk coarse language is not good. You talk about frivolous speech. You talk about the lies is not good. You tell lies is not good. Double tongue is not good. It's clear. But number 4, why is frivolous speech an evil thing?
Confused.
Confuse people? Not quite. Scatter, get them scattered. That's what the problem is. This is a subtle level.
就是
乱心
散乱。
让心散乱，对。Do you know Amy why you are scattered? I mean, quý vị biết tại sao mà cái tâm mình dễ tán loạn không? Why are we scattered? Tại sao? Why is it we are so scared? Why is it we cannot concentrate? Why is that? Because in the past, Amy, you used to use a lot of frivolous speech. I'm using an example, of course. It's not personal. You know that.
老师说，为什么我们的心会散乱？因為以前我們講了很多閒話，前世的時候。
Tại sao quý vị ngày hôm nay cái tâm tán ngộ tại vì trong quá khứ quý vị đã từng dùng cái ý ngữ rồi, nói chuyện tầm phào không rồi. What's so bad about it? Now you can't concentrate. It's so bad you don't even realize it. Think about it. You take for granted that you cannot concentrate. You accept it. No, you don't. We cannot concentrate. And we accept it as as normal. Right? Am I the only one? Yeah.
There's a lot of subtleties about frivolous speech. But a lot of people really specialize in frivolous speech, that's their whole shtick. They're always using frivolous speech to get attention and to be entertaining. And it seems kind of fun and okay for a while, but then when you start to think about it at later times, it's like that nothing has been said, the time has been wasted, and it's neither here nor there. And it's true, it does, the mind is scattered. The attention goes here and there and there and there, and there's nothing real. So that's my comment about frivolous speech.
Boy, it's heavy. You're right. You hit on a very important aspect of frivolous speech, which is it wastes your time, the listener's time. Cái phần cái gì quan trọng về cái ý ngữ là nó làm mình mất thời giờ.
他是说这个说闲话会浪费对方很多时间，这样子。
Yeah.
Maybe even, but it's also doing something which is probably counterproductive. I mean, aren't you kind of forming these karmic relationships? You're basically, I mean, most people bond over that kind of thing, and they're usually just saying like, I like you, or I don't like you, I like this person, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so you're forming, like you're forming connections with people or aversions.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting yourself more tangled up in stuff.
Yeah. Gossiping is also frivolous speech as well. Yeah. So what's your point?
But it just seemed like that could make it even, it's not just that you're, I mean, it's that your mind, you're scattered because you're talking about a bunch of random things, but also you're just entering into these, maybe these little...
One form of frivolous speech is very interesting. You never guess what it is. So I have to tell you. Có một cái loại ý ngữ mà nó có ý nghĩa lắm.
还是说有一种形式的这个闲话是
This particular kind of frivolous speech has a dual effect. It makes you scattered and waste your time as well.
就是说这有一种是不但会让你散乱，而且还会浪费你的时间。
Có một cái loại ý ngữ mà quý vị nhà xài cái loại ý ngữ này á, là quý vị vừa làm cho tốn mất thời giờ, vừa làm người ta tâm thần ta tán loạn. You know what it is? Anyone gonna guess what it is? Hmm? Yes, text. What is it? What do you think it is?
Telling jokes.
Telling jokes. Nói chuyện khô hài.
他说讲笑话。
Very good. Yeah. Okay. Nói chuyện khô hài, một cái ý ngữ. There's even a worse thing that you can do besides telling jokes. Yeah. Gossip? Yes. You know, apparently you understand what gossiping, the damage of gossiping clearly. Gossip is very bad. Okay. What else? Nói chuyện gossip was Vietnamese gossip. You don't know?
What's
gossip? đồn, chuyện đồn, right? Hả? Nói chuyện thiên hạ, yeah. Siêu phê. What's another one? Có một cái chuyện khác nữa mà lớn không ai nghĩ đến chuyện này hết. Another thing that no one ever thinks about. It's one of the worst form of frivolous speech.
No, is it music?
Music? Yeah.
No offense.
True. Music. Music is another form of frivolous speech. Yes.
Politics.
Politics? When Fox News, you mean? Okay. See, I don't think you can ever guess this one. I don't think any of you can guess this. Tôi chắc là bị đoán này ra, thành tôi hỏi để tôi check, make sure tôi chắc chắn tôi bị nghĩ ra cái này đâu. Hey Danny, what is the worst form of frivolous speech you can think of? I need the last line of defense here. What is the worst form of frivolous speech you can make? Yes. That makes people waste time and get them scattered.
Flattery. Flattery.
Flattering, nịnh bợ. Well, close. See, even he doesn't know. How can you know? Huh? What? Lời nói yêu đương.
Oh, yes, you know it all the time.
What? What did I say? 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 Words of love. Ai. Không phải ái ngữ, mà cái lời nói yêu thương. Words of love. It's not I use. I use different. In Buddhism, I use different. This is words of love. Yeah, but I use the sư sơ pháp. This is words of love. Meaning, you say I love you, you love me, that kind of thing. Even he doesn't know. You see? If he doesn't know, how can you possibly know?
I'm not getting that one at all. Sorry. I'm not getting that.
Huh? You don't get it?
No.
It's not a waste of time. It doesn't make
No,
me
I'm not getting
it.
it. If Danny doesn't know it, I won't know.
You just blew it all.
I'm not getting that.
He doesn't get it himself, so. It's not like he does it all the time, you know. Can you see Daddy doing that?
No.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Maybe. Right
He
situation.
doesn't know what's missing.
Right situation ain't come along.
You agree or not, Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, I guess from the standpoint of the attachments that you're forming.
He has no clues either. Look at this guy. Agree? The way he talks, do you think he has a clue what he's
No, I
talking
don't
about?
think so.
I
It's the
mean,
women.
this
It's not
guy-
the men.
Huh?
It's not the men, it's the women.
And to ask him, this guy is one of the worst.
那老师，
嗯
那个熬电话粥是不是那是习语经济？熬电话粥就无事讲，就是整天谈人家的后话。
But that's important. It's different.
因为熬电话粥。
Anyway, the words of love are very confusing and very addictive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This the words between a mother and a son also apply.
He's gonna ask the worst kind of questions. I have no clothes, I have no son, I have no mother. Why don't you ask me these things? Ask the women. Poor brother. Are they frivolous speech? Is it frivolous speech? The words of love between a mother and the child?
他们说那个就是亲情之间的，就是母亲对小孩子讲这些。
Hỏi, không đi hỏi nè, cái lời yêu thương giữa mẹ với con á, cái đó là cái ý ngữ là không? What do you think?
Sound effects.
Hmm?
Sound effects. Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I do know is that it causes a lot of stress in the child. The parents telling them they love them all the time.
Really?
Yes, it's very stressful. It's disturbing. Parents always say, "I really love you. I really love you." It's really.
But as people say to each other all the time now in this country, I love you, I love you, I love you, right? I mean, at least that's what I see on the TV.
Well, it's not so much in actual.
And I know they don't mean it. Love you, love you, love you. Right? I mean, that's why people end up before they hang up that cell phone for love you, honey, love you. You know, I love you. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Does it happen on TV programs or movies only, or what? I mean, real life?
There's a lot of, it's pretty common. Not everybody does it, but it's common. It's common. It's quite common.
Like that Yale law professor, that woman who wrote a book about being a domineering mother to her Chinese Jewish daughters. Battle him of the tiger mother. And that's what she does. I love you. And there she is trying to teach others about how to raise children. Can you imagine? Ah, there they are, back from Africa. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
It is, the subtlety here is that, number one, it makes us scattered because it makes our mind move constantly. And number two, it's a waste of time because we instead of doing something productive, we do it on something meaningless, and we demand it of others. You know?
就是说，它会让我们动，所以就会让我们的心散漫。然后再来就是它会浪费时间。
Okay, any questions? All right, so that's the evil, the four evils of the mouth. Lying, you speak from both sides of your mouth. You use coarse language, and you use frivolous speech. Okay, the fourth one is the most pervasive, by the way. That is, that people don't pay attention to. They tend to waste our time and make us scattered. Okay, and this is why this day and age people have such a hard time concentrating, because we do each other constantly. Okay? Any questions? What are the three evils of the body? The body, you commit evil in your body if you, I forgot already.
Kill.
You kill. You kill. you steal,
have sexual misconduct.
and have sexual misconduct.
就是杀人。
All those are the evils that we commit. Okay.
偷盗，然后
I know Seth is your first time, so I apologize. It's kind of hard to take. But the Buddhists, we have very strict standards. It's not, in this day and age, everything that we talked about in terms of rules of morality from a Buddhist perspective seem to be so extreme because it's so pervasive. People lie. You tell lies. It's normal. You cannot lie. You cannot get a good job unless you lie during your interview. Okay? I don't know about you, but I have to lie through my teeth. Every single time I interview, I lie through my teeth. Not only do I lie to my teeth, I lie in my resume as well. Am I the only one?
Yes.
Somebody with high morals right here. I'm glad someone has high morals. Okay? And you lie through your teeth to get married. Now everyone's quiet.
That's true. Especially women.
Especially, I don't know about women, but for us men, I mean...
No, women especially lie.
What?
Women especially.
We can't speak for them. Give them the dignity. Okay. But I don't know about you, I remember, at least now I get older, I changed a little bit. In my younger days, when I was about Faith's age, I mean, I lied through my teeth just to get someone's attention. And I remember I got married, just like many of you got married as well. I remember in order to win my ex-wife's heart, I lied through my teeth as well. No wonder it didn't last.
You tell them what they want to hear, you think?
You think, yeah. In heat of the battle, you tend to forget. Okay. And never mind, let's not talk about lying that much anymore. I'm running out of things to lie about. And the third one is the worst. Sexual misconduct. Meaning you have sex outside of marriage. Okay? It's so pervasive.
Especially today.
And all those from a Buddhist perspective are evils of the body. When we do those things, we are not good. I don't care who you are. You can be the richest man, you can be a monk, you can be whatever. But if you do those things, then you're committing evil. So, in a Buddhist perspective, it's very clearly defined what is evil. Okay, and the Buddha, when he defined these things, he made it very clear. He described it so precisely. All these things. So they are the guidelines. Okay, you may not agree with them. Okay, but they serve as a guideline to define the range of what's proper, or what's good, and what's evil.
所以说这三个恶业，就是在佛教里面，他们就是所谓的，你告诉你说什么是善，什么是恶，很明确的定义出来。
Okay, any question? Thành về cái Phật giáo mình dạy thì cái giới cái thiện về cái ba cái ác của cái thân là sát sanh, với là trộm cắp, với là tà dâm. Thì Đức Phật dạy rất rõ ràng những cái pháp đó là ngài dạy trong cái giới luật, trong phần giới luật, giới tạng, trong luật tạng thì ngài dạy rất rõ ràng, ngài mô tả rất rõ ràng những cái ác đó. Thành ra mình biết rõ ràng cái nào ác, cái nào thiện, mình biết qua khỏi cái ranh giới đó tự động tạo chịu ác. Yes, Thomas.
So I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about right before?
What?
I lost the question.
Okay, you think about it then. And finally, the three evils of the mind. Ba cái ác của cái tâm: greed, anger, and stupidity.
再来剩下的心的三个心，贪嗔痴。
ba cái ác của cái thân là cái tâm là tham sân si. Okay. So in essence, the evil are clearly defined. Thành biến Phật giáo mình á, Đức Phật dạy như vậy. This is how the Buddha defines it. Defines goodness. He says goodness is the absence of evil, and evil are all those things. If you do all those things, it's considered evil in Buddhism. Thành Đức Phật dạy thiền một cách là Đức Phật dạy thiền một cách là Đức Phật nói thiền là không phải ác. Tức có nghĩa là Phật dạy cái ác là Phật nói nếu như quý vị không làm những cái ác đó, quý vị làm là thiền. So therefore, if you do not commit any evil, then you are good. You don't need to do anything. It's the beauty of goodness. And that's so profound in Buddhism. Think about this. It's incredible, incredibly profound. Cái Phật Pháp nó hay ở chỗ đó. Cái vị cứ tưởng tượng là cái ác, Phật dạy cái ác trước. Sau đó Phật mới nói là cái thiền là không phải là ác. Có nghĩa là sao? Có nghĩa rằng quý vị làm thiền là không cần làm cái gì hết. Là đại thiền. Sâu xa như sao? Người ta đòi đi làm không? Cái người mà hiểu thực sự hiểu cái Phật giáo không làm ác, không làm gì hết mới gọi là đại thiền. It is incredibly beautiful. It's so profound that it's so beautiful because I love this part about the evil and the good because he says all these things are evil. If you don't do these things, then you're good. Actually, the deeper message is that if you don't do anything, that is extreme good. That is the best of all goodness. On point number 15. Yes, question. Yeah, she's curious now.
So are you saying that...
She looks just like her dad. Wow.
So are you saying that you're saying as long as you don't commit anything, you're doing good already. As long as you're not doing anything evil.
That's right.
You're already good. So
you are very good.
You're very good.
Yes.
So then what about through your life?
Stop at that point and then hold on to that thought again. Why is that you don't do any evil, you are very good already? Think about this. Let's think about this. It's so important. Cái câu hỏi rất hay. Tôi chẳng lại là hỏi là nếu như mà không làm ác á, là thiện. Tôi sửa lại. Không làm ác á, là rất tốt, rất thiện. Tôi hỏi ngay lập tức tại sao như vậy? Yes, go ahead.
所以意思就是说，如果你不做任何恶事，不造任何恶的话，你就是善，就是最。
Why is that? Think about it. Why is it so good not to commit evils? Have you found it yet, Thomas, or is it still?
法师问题就是说，你们想想看，为什么不造任何恶业就是善？
Why is it you are very good when you do no evil?
You're not doing anything.
I'm amazed because I see people who have been studying Buddhism for 10 years now, 15 years now. And how long have you been studying, Randy? 20 years now?
Our natural tendency to do evil, that's why. It's like a current. You have to fight the current all the time.
That is right. That is so right. Think about this. This is so beautiful. Think about it. We are so compelled to do evil stuff that in order not to do the evil stuff, you need to be able to resist the temptation to do the evil stuff. That is goodness in itself already. Incredible goodness already. We know it's wrong and we like to do it. Don't we? we clearly know it's wrong, and yet we like to do it. When we do it, we know, oh no, I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to. I know I'm not supposed to. But but when you do it, you feel better.
Can't win.
And this is why the Buddha is so wise. This is the incredible wisdom of the Buddha. Okay? And the incredible courage, because when you talk about these things, no one wants to talk about it. It's scary. It's uncomfortable for most people. Okay? So that's why, okay, so we all agree that tại sao mình không làm chuyện ác là cái chuyện rất là tốt. Tại sao như vậy? Tại vì mình thích làm ác, mình khó, mình bị cám dỗ để làm chuyện bậy, mình rất thích làm cái chuyện đó. Là khi mình có đủ cái tự chủ, đủ sức để mình kiềm chế không làm cái chuyện đó, tức mình là rất là tốt. Có người tốt để làm được như vậy. In other words, good people are the one who can resist temptations.
所以说，法师意思就是说，因为我们本性就是没有办法不作恶，所以说，佛的智慧就是说，讲这个善呢，就是当你可以去，抵抗那个作恶的诱惑的话，你就是善的朝那个方向走一步这样子。
Okay, thank you for holding your thought. Now can you continue your sentence? Oh, you forgot to.
No, I'm still wrestling with the natural tendency that we do evil versus our natural tendency to want to be good in this world, and that there are things that come into our life that cause us to maybe go down the wrong path. Because right now we're taking it from the perspective that we're sort of an evil being, and not doing evil makes us good versus being a good being and doing good things.
Good point. I have no answer for this. I have no answer against idealistic people. No.
Yeah, maybe it's idealistic, or maybe it's
It is a good point. It is a good point. Let's talk about this. This is his beautiful point. I'm glad you brought it up because my students would not ever bring up these kinds of issues. We talk evil. We don't talk about ideas. This is good. Let me translate in Vietnamese and do Chinese because this is a very good point. Cô đã câu hỏi là đó là mình nói về cái phương diện mà mình thích làm xấu, thích làm bậy, mình ngưng lại không làm cái chuyện đó là chuyện tốt. Thì đó là một cái cách nhìn thôi. Còn cái phương diện khác là tại sao có người có cái ý tưởng thích làm tốt, lâu lâu ta bị lỡ chân ta làm bậy thì sao? Cái này người ta tốt, người ta xấu. So the point here is so those with ideals who are doing good, I mean they're doing things that are good, okay? And if sometimes they made a mistake and they fall prey to temptations, so they make a mistake, are they good or are they evil? Is that the point? Right? Is that what you're asking?
yeah. And if we're
You ask me, or
about
you want my opinion, or?
I think just to start a conversation.
It's a good point. It's very, 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 very interesting point. What if you have an ideal? You're doing good. Let's say you fight against Gaddafi. You take up you fight for freedom. You fight for a cause. You fight for an ideal. Okay. So you making sacrifices of your life, in your life, to bring good to others. Okay? That is tremendous goodness right there. Why doesn't Buddha praise that? He always says about the evil stuff. Why is the Buddha so pessimistic? He doesn't like us, does he? He says, you guys are so bad. There's no redemption for you at all. You go to Catholicism or something where at least you have a chance. Why is that?
他的问题就是说，为什么我们要讨论说我们做很多恶，然后要去抵抗作恶的诱惑来向善？为什么不讲说很多人就已经是在做善事做好事，但是有的时候他们只会做恶这样子。
Cái này quan trọng tại vì cái người cái việc dạy pháp như vậy sẽ có lúc người ta hỏi những câu, người ta hỏi tại sao mà Phật cái dạy toàn nói chuyện ác không, nói chuyện xấu không, còn cái người có lý tưởng người ta làm chuyện lý tưởng, ta hy sinh cuộc đời người ta hy sinh để mà giúp người khác, chịu thiệt thòi rất là nhiều, khổ sở rất là nhiều để giúp người khác, mà tại sao rồi lâu lâu người ta có cái lỗi lầm, người ta làm bậy một cái, ta làm sai quấy một cái đó không phải là thiện nữa. Yeah.
Well, there are some slight problems with conscientiously doing good deeds. One is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So you never know how things are going to end up once you get started. And another thing is, when you're out there doing things, you're creating more karma. And you're tying yourself to the world, even if it's good karma. So these are the little problems with it.
Go ahead and translate. Good luck. I don't get it myself.
他是说，当你开始在做这些事的时候，你就第一点是你不知道你做了以后会是其实它真正最后会发生的是什么事情。第二就是说，当你在做的时候，你就会造很多业。你在做任何事情的时候，你就做世间事的时候，你就会造业，就是自然而然就是会造业。
Yes, Randy. What's your point?
That kind of good is good in the world is self-perpetuating, and also it's contrasting. It's not ultimate good. I think what the Buddha is talking about is ultimate good. It's kind of like if there's no yin yang what the Buddha is talking about. It just becomes, I don't know, it's just that it's something that one has to practice to get off the wheel. The other kind of wheel is contrasted, so it just perpetuates you on the wheel.
It's kind of hard though. You have to be careful though. If you answer it that way, then you're insulting the people who are doing charity work and who are pursuing ideal.
But Buddhism doesn't say you don't do that. It tells that you do that. But I think the mindset is very different. That's one that will perpetuate you, and the other one will not. I'm not against charity. I think it's a very well-founded and good thing to do.
We're talking about the same thing. Okay? Goodness, if you help others, it's goodness. Okay? It's one form of goodness. You don't do evil, it's another form of goodness. So now we have a chance to compare the two. That's what this question is about. Okay? The not doing evil is a greater form of goodness. Boy, do they disagree with me? It's a much more difficult form of goodness than helping others.
That's right.
Much more difficult. That's why it's greater.
Yeah, it is much more. It is really much more.
Because if you do goodness, you continue doing goodnesses, guess what happens? You say, okay, I'm being human. Every now and then, I trip. Okay? So you forgive yourself. You say, you have to take in balance. You say, okay, so I spend 8 hours doing a lot of good things, helping others, and then I go home and I yell at my dog. So I do something bad. Okay? So it's evil as far as, it's not a good thing to use coarse language. Okay? I curse. So overall, you have to take the balance, and you take the plus and minuses, and you say, okay, so I did more good than bad. Okay, that's goodness. But that itself is an excuse for you to do bad. Therefore, the goodness is so your goodness is not complete. You still allow yourself to do evil. Whereas the other side, it says no excuse. Okay, it's much more difficult, much greater goodness. Why do I say it's much greater goodness?
Because you resist the temptation.
Because you actually create much greater goodness by not committing evil than doing good. At least that's my theory.
Yeah, well, what you're just talking about, there's so many examples in society of this, like the TV preachers, do good, then they got a mistress, they got prostitutes, and all,
Mm-hmm.
And that's one kind of thing. There's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Swaggart, Jim Baker, and even down to politicians like Newt Gingrich. But he loved America so much, he worked so hard for America, he had to take a mistress and ruin his marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's for relief, so he totally excused himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are public cases, but it goes right down to the smallest personal thing that so meaningless you wouldn't think of it, but people do it. I'm good all day, but I got to have a drink when I get home. I got to have a smoke. No, I got this.
So why is it greater goodness? Why is it? By concentrating on the evil side, not on the good side. Why is it? Why does it produce much greater goodness that way? Anh nói cho vị, tại sao mà nếu quý vị mà nói tôi làm thiền, lâu lâu tôi làm sai một lần, cái đó là có gì có gì quá đáng, tôi muốn nói đến như vậy để quý vị tự cho phép mình làm sai. Okay. Còn cái phần đấy quý vị nói là tôi không có quyền làm sai, thì cái thiện của mình nó lớn hơn nhiều, không thể nào so sánh được. Tôi hỏi tại sao nó lớn hơn chỗ nào? Why is it bigger? Why is it much broader, much more profound?
It's an active, constant act of you have to work up. It doesn't come naturally, so it requires you are more active. You have to keep constantly doing it.
Too theoretical. Okay, has to be concrete. You're close. That's very good. Every time you do something evil, you're destroying the world. Okay? You're destroying it. You bring bad stuff to the world. Through us. It's just like you dirty yourself, and then you bring yourself home and touch your children. What do you do to your children? You contaminate them. That's what we do when we commit evil. It's a very good point. Well, this lady is good. She comes to my lecture more often. Cô nói rằng là nếu như mà mình làm ác là mình đang hại cái thế giới này, nó đúng, hoàn toàn đúng. Mình hại cái thế giới này. Nếu mình làm ác mình đang tai hại cái chỗ này. Cũng giống như mình có con cái, mình người dơ dáng về mình bồng con cái con mình dơ luôn. Không chạy được đấy. Okay. Okay, what else? Why is it much bigger? Why is it much bigger than goodness, than doing good? And yes.
I mean, if you can really stop from doing all evil, wouldn't you naturally be doing good? What else would you be doing? What would be left over would be good, wouldn't it?
No. Yes. Anyone else? Jasmine, you have any suggestions? Why is it when you refine yourself, purify yourself, not commit any evil, do anything bad, you produce much greater goodness than doing good?
You don't create any more evil seed, and you purify yourself.
These guys are so theoretical. I can't believe it. These guys have no clue why we learn these things. Tại sao vậy? Tại sao mình không làm ác mà mình tạo cái thiện mà tốt nó lớn hơn tất cả? Tại sao vậy? Yes.
When that happens, you have to decide what you're going to do, and it takes a lot of work to say, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Yes. What else?
You become a beam of light for everybody around you, because now people see, wow, you know what? Somebody can do this. This is, it actually inspires people. So actually, you create a lot of goodness by doing that.
Close. Okay. Close. But who else? These guys are so theoretical. You guys, you really don't understand why it's happening yet. Why did the Buddha teach us this way and not the other side? It is so important.
You know the difference.
Hmm?
You know the difference.
Yes, he knows the difference. What else? Because, yes. Did you translate? half an hour. Boy, this is good. Is
it because of reincarnation? Reincarnation?
You create the biggest goodness because of the systematic elimination of badness, of the bad.
It's a transformation.
There's no room for evil to exist in the world anymore. You're eradicating evil. There's no place for it. Cannot go through you anymore. If all of us are pure, okay, mean not evil, then evil has no place to stay. Has no way to sneak in. Only gold remains. You keep on heating it. You keep on burning it until all the impurities are gone, and you have pure gold. Okay? Because fundamentally, we are good already. We are good already. The Buddha says, he doesn't say it too often, but, because he doesn't want us to be too arrogant about it. He says, you are good already. You are so good already. You are compassionate. All of you are compassionate. At least most of you are. Okay? You're kind. Okay? You caring. You have all those already. Okay? So for you to concentrate on the goodness is not a bad idea, but it's not the most effective way to create goodness, because you are good already. You have gold already. Now you only need to purify yourself. That's all you do. Thành cái Phật pháp sâu xa là chỗ là Đức Phật nói là chúng ta là tốt rồi, đã sẵn tốt rồi, đâu cần kiếm tốt nữa đâu. mình cái căn bản mình là đã là tốt rồi. Mình xui là mình có những cặn bã trong cái hệ thống mình chỉ cần bớt cái cặn bã chỉ còn cái tốt thôi.
所以法师说，基本上都叫我们不要做恶的意思，就是如果我们能够这样子的话，我们就能够持续的除恶，那就可以净化我们自己，这样子就没有恶的存在。
Any questions? I think you agree or disagree? You think it's bigger or you don't think it's any bigger? The biggest goodness is the total absence of any evil whatsoever. Okay? Cái mà thiền mà lớn nhất là cái mà không còn cái ác nào trong còn lại, mới gọi cái thiền lớn nhất có thể có. What is that? What is the biggest goodness?
You just said absence of
所以
evil.
最大的善就是没有恶。那是
Your
什么呢？
Buddha nature.
这是你的
Our
佛
Buddha
性。
nature. Cái thiền mà lớn nhất cái vị có thể có được là cái không còn cái ác nữa, có nghĩa là cái thiền lớn nhất là cái gì? Đó là cái Phật tính của chúng ta mình có rồi. Does it make sense? No? You have already. When you didn't realize you have already, that's why you're still seeking goodness.
法师说重点就是。
And you neglect why you're not completely good yet. So the approach is slightly different. It produces different results. If you dwell on the goodnesses, it's good, it's fine, okay? But you're overlooking your flaws. You're overlooking where you could go wrong. Whereas if you were to concentrate on the evil, and you eliminate all evils, then you recover what you already have already. Nothing new. We all are endowed with that all the pure and absolute goodness. We all have it already. And the way to recover that, the best way to recover it is by eradicating evil. Okay? It's practical. It's not theory.
所以说，我们本来就已经有这个佛性了，所以说，我们只是在净化它，让它变得比较完美。
Questions and comments? Yeah.
Tôi cho mình hỏi. Tôi được hay có những người như là thầy đang giảng bên khấn khẩu ý, có thể có những người á mà họ không làm chủ lời nói đó, như đặc biệt họ cứ nói cam được, họ không biết cái giá trị của lời nói nó sẽ gây độ như thế nào. Và vì cho con hỏi là vì nguyên nhân gì mà có những người trong đời sống họ có những lời nói nặng nề thô tháo như vậy. Thứ hai nữa đó, thầy cho con hỏi là khi mà mình sống trong một môi trường mà có những cái mà những cái cảnh như vậy á, thì mình bằng cách nào mình được thoát ra để có một cái tâm mình đừng bớt bận đi.
Two questions. One is that there's some people who are prone to using coarse language, and why is that? Number two, if I'm with those types of people, what can I do to not be affected by those things?
他有两个问题，第一个问题就是说，有些人很喜欢讲，
coarse.
会说恶语，他是说，当我跟这些人在一起的时候，我怎么样可以不要被他们影响？
What do you think? Quý vị nghĩ sao? Why is it some people are like to use coarse language? Tại sao có nhiều người dùng mấy cái lời thô lỗ như vậy? Why is that? Huh? Who cares?
What?
Why do you care? Why do you care, Thomas? Let's say I use coarse language. Why do you care? Why should you care? Number one, because I'm a monk. And number two, besides that, why should you care?
Why should I care?
Should you care? Tại sao mình phải trách người ta? Người ta những lời thô lỗ, cộc cằn. The question, you listen differently the way you do. The question implies a judgment. She's passing a judgment and says, why is it these people use such coarse language? These people are no good. Is that how you heard it?
No, but I don't speak Vietnamese.
老师意思就是说，为什么要在意呢？
Khi tôi nghe câu hỏi như vậy, tôi cũng chỉ cười. Khi câu hỏi như vậy có nghĩa là mình đang phán đoán người ta, mình nói là tại sao người ta dùng cái lời cộc cằn, thô tục, tại sao? Mình đang phán đoán người ta. Tôi hỏi được là tại sao mình chú ý làm cái gì? Why should you care? Huh? Why should you care, John? You know, your co-worker curses at you and chews loudly and gossips all the time and turns on music too loudly during lunch break. Okay, why should you care? I don't care anymore. Now that I mention it, my point is that I do not like the question. The question does not deserve an answer because it's the wrong question. Okay, the question implies that she feels the other person is wrong. Since I just explained about coarse language, therefore absolutely the other person is wrong. Okay, it's so subtle right there that few people notice it. Khi tôi hỏi như vậy, tôi muốn trả lời tại sao như vậy, tại vì cái câu hỏi đó nó vừa trong cái lời mới giảng rồi là cái ác ngữ, cái chuyện hôn nhân là một cái ác, một cái tồi tệ. Thì cái người dùng ác ngữ, cái người đó tại sao cứ dùng hoài sao kỳ cục chứ? Không dùng chỉ kỳ cục, trong cái ý ngụ ý là kỳ cục, chê chỉ trích người ta, chê bai người ta. Có phải như vậy không? Am I the only one who hears it like that, or kind of, yes.
Listen, I have a comment. You could get a lot of those little small bars of soap you get in motels. You should get a lot of those and carry some in your purse or whatever you carry. Whenever somebody starts talking like that, just say, hold on, I'm just going to wash your mouth out with soap.
Yeah.
Right.
I heard a mother using that, doing that to her son, and it seems to work. Mother remedy. When the Buddha teaches you about coarse language, cursing is an evil thing to do. It's not meant for you to go and say, oh, you just curse, bad boy. Not at all. He only says, coarse language, you shouldn't be cursing. It means you should not be cursing. It's okay for text to curse. Because if he chooses to do so, that's his choice. And evil refers to you, not anyone else.
老师的意思就是说，当佛在教大家说不要说恶语的时候，其实意思就是说你。那至于别人在做恶语的时候，你 那是别人的事情，你不需要去在意它。
Ok, khi mà Phật dạy ra là ác ngữ, Phật nói là ác ngữ là lời thô tục là một cái điều tồi tệ. Thì ý nghĩa của Phật không phải nói là nếu như người khác mà dùng một cái người mà dùng cái ác ngữ là cái người đó là người xấu. Đúng không như vậy? Phật nói ác ngữ có nghĩa là mình không được dùng ác ngữ, mình nè không được dùng ác ngữ với người khác. Phật không nói người khác. Người ta có quyền dùng ác ngữ, mình cũng có quyền đó. So the Buddha is very clear about it. He says others can curse, but you can't. You Buddhists can't. Is it clear? We understand each other? Okay? Do not blame others. Don't say you curse, you're not a good person. Forget it. You can curse all you want. I will not curse. At least I mean, figuratively speaking. You see what I mean? It's about us. It's not about pressuring others to be like that. When you talk about evil, it's about my evil, not yours.
所以说，其实是就是当佛在讲这些事情，你是要观看自己的，而不是要去观看别人。
Okay. Thành quý vị phải chú ý cái chuyện cái Phật pháp mình hay, nó sâu xa, mà rất là khiêm tốn. Buddhism is very modest and very humble. We do not impose ourselves on others. We don't. Just because we know it's evil doesn't mean you have to be like that. Like us. No, you don't have to be like us. Cái Phật giáo nó hay, nó rất quan trọng, phải hiểu rõ những cái đế nhiệm của cái lời dạy của Phật rất là hay. Phật chỉ nói là cái ác này, ác của mình, không phải ác của người ta. Mình không bao giờ nói tại vì mình biết ác với cái thiện, thành cái người mà không làm đúng như vậy là ác đó, là mình đang phán xét, người ta phán đoán người ta, mình không có quyền làm như vậy. Không có dạy như nào thì Phật mình dạy biết khiêm tốn, mình chỉ biết cho mình thôi, mình tu cho mình thôi, mình không bao giờ bắt người ta làm thay mình, không bao giờ bắt. Go ahead and translate this, Amy. That's a very important part. This is all the subtlety about Buddhism that people don't understand. You read it from the book, you will not be able to see this.
这个是说，我们就是佛在讲这些事情的时候，就是佛教是非常，教你要谦卑，你是要观看自己，是要去除自己的恶，而不是叫你去批判别人。
Okay? Any questions? Yes.
Is there then a difference between sharing the teachings of Buddha with, say, a friend or coworker when the intent of trying to help them or trying to have them understand the teachings of Buddha so that they can, in your opinion, have a better life or become a better person. So
Okay. We don't do that either. Number one, we don't tell you about Buddhism. You happen to walk into my temple, that's why I have to tell you Buddhism. You see me out there, I'm going to tell you Buddhism. Trust me, I will. Does it make sense? We don't. We simply don't. We don't like. Not like our competitors who say, "Believe in God." And I'm empowered by God to save you. You don't do that. Because you're assuming, if you do that, you're assuming I'm stupid, I can't save myself. You're insulting me. They don't seem to realize it. Okay? So you cannot be naive about it, saying because you believe you're good, believe in goodness, and therefore you have a way to save me by sending me to the heavens, that's fine. Okay? And that's all fine and good. But the point is that it's a naive way of approaching it. That you can't. The better way is not to say anything. Then Didn't I just say goodness is doing nothing? I'm very consistent. That's goodness. Not do anything, not say anything until they ask. Don't go home and tell your husband that, I learned so much today. I feel so good about this Buddhism thing here. And husband, please, just give me a break. I have a hard day already. The last thing I want from you is goodness. Can I have a glass of wine? Give me a beer, and so on. Can I just give me a break? Life is tough enough already without you making any worse for me. Are you helping? You have to be patient and wait for the right time, the right opportunity to bring it up. Don't impose your views yourself on others. Okay? So do not make the mistake of the good people. And don't be offended. If I put it this way, believing just because you have an ideal, it's okay to act it out. Okay? Until you asked. We have no right until we asked. Okay? And that is goodness. I don't know how to translate it myself.
他的问题是说，那我们可不可以分享我们学佛的经验给我们的朋友啊或亲人啊？那可能也会帮助到他们。那法师的意思就是说，佛教没有教你说要这样子做，所以说，佛教就是说教你不要，你要有这个耐心，要等待适当的机会，到人家如果问你的时候，或是等到适当的机会你再跟他讲，那这就是善的一种表現。
Okay, cái câu hỏi là người ta bạn bè mình muốn đem Phật giáo ra giúp người ta hiểu, người ta có cuộc đời cải thiện hơn. Tôi nói cái đó không nên làm, tại vì trên Phật giáo mình không có quyền nói nhiều. Không có quyền nói hết, là tại vì cái đời người ta hỏi mình không có quyền nói. Mình biết khiêm tốn, mình biết tôn trọng cái cuộc đời người ta, là muốn làm gì cuộc đời người ta, mình biết cái sự tôn trọng, mình biết cái sự lựa chọn cá nhân của họ. Không thể nào nói là mình biết hơn người ta, mình có trí huệ người ta, mình phải bắt người ta làm cho mình. Nếu làm như vậy mình không có trí huệ nữa. Còn là có trí huệ. Okay, any questions? Đi hả? Bye. Rồi nha, cô lấy bao nhiêu, lấy càng nhiều càng tốt. Sắc nó chật thôi. Ok dạ. Yeah, okay. 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 Yeah, okay. Cô đi chơi vui vẻ. Okay. She takes leave of the Great Assembly. That's they have this protocol where they ask for the permission. So that's what she's doing. He says, "Have a good time." He said, "No, I'm going to go there, have a good time." Okay, so going back to the second question. She said, She says, what do I do now? Second part of the question, what do I do if people keep on cursing at me? If people have this behavior that makes me feel uncomfortable? Never happened to you, right?
Sure, of course.
Never. Not to you.
他的问题是说，如果这些人一直对我口出恶语的话，那是让我觉得很不舒服，怎么办？
What can I do? What can we do? If people are like that, what can you do?
他是问说，那你们会觉得应该怎么办呢？
Swallow.
Hmm?
Just swallow.
Well,
I don't think she gets it. That's why she can't translate to Chinese. Wallow.
吞下去吗？
打一顿。
马上揍一顿。
there's a phrase that works wonders in most parts of America. So, like I said, there's a phrase that works wonders in most parts of America.
Which is?
Which is, I reproach you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Sound like my friend, my buddy.
It works great.
So, what can you do? Tell me. Roberta, what can you do?
I missed it.
The point is that if somebody curses and use foul language around you, and really, what can you do to not let it bother you?
Turn it off. Just
Turn it off?
turn it off, yeah. Just let it go. Don't enter into it.
Crank up the radio? Crank up the volume?
Just shut your mind and your ears off, really. It's not easy, but you can do it.
Wow, I'm impressed. You're good. But women can do that, men can't.
Oh, right.
You've been waiting for this one. It took me so long.
Especially if you have children, you learn how to turn a lot of things off.
It's amazing how adept we are doing that. You know that sometimes you meet someone you hate so much, somehow you tune out just like that. Anyone had that experience before? You tune a person out just like that, just like that.
Yes.
Especially someone who hates so much, whom you hate so much. Am I correct? It's no effort at all. You see that person and it's just not there, right? That's one way. Một cách là nhiều người ta không có ở đó. Yeah.
Another one is a look. You can do a lot.
A look.
Just
A dirty
look
look.
at them. Okay.
You're good.
It
Today
works.
you're good, honey. Mới xong mới đi lunch thing.
That's an offense, but I'm doing it.
所以他回答，他给了两个答案，一个是说，就是把你的耳朵关起来，就不要听；第二个就是给他们那个一个颜色。
Okay, folks. I want to remind you, today we have three new visitors. Two I understand, one is kind of young, so so you have to present a more attractive Buddhist facade, okay? So now that I clue you in, what is the Buddhist approach?
就是说，因为我们今天有新的朋友来，所以你们要表现的比较佛教的方式，所以佛教的对的答案是什么？
Tôi nhắc cho mấy người nghe là này có hai người mới lần đầu tiên tới, họ không biết gì nhiều về Phật pháp, thành tôi cân nhắc cái gì là phải làm bộ làm tịch một tí để cho sang trọng phi phái hơn một tí, ok? Thành ra tôi hỏi cái gì là cái người Phật tử có phương pháp gì để đối phó với trường hợp đó? Yes, Randy.
Yeah, people use that kind of language. They're trying to get a rise out of the audience close by. So if you don't move, then they find that's usually ineffective and they will want to do someplace else.
Ooh, evil. I mean, that's mean.
You just don't let it bother you. You know, I mean, if you can. I mean, I'm sure if it's a workplace environment, then it's a lot of harm.
And that's a rather Buddhist, mean Buddhist way of approaching it. Officially speaking. But it works. It works. If simply you don't react, then they try to incite you into something, a reaction. You don't react. This is Buddhist interest. And it's true. But it's rather mean. Because you're not solving the problem. It's a better way. Okay? Because the problem remains unsolved. See the problem? I clue you in the Buddhists try to solve it. We don't run away from it.
You think if you don't respond to it, over time it slowly goes away by itself.
但是他的回答是说，就是你就不要管他，然后过一段时间以后，他可能就会消失。
Mọi người trả lời rằng là không có phản ứng gì hết, bất động, thì người ta từ từ người ta chán, người ta sẽ bỏ đi. Cho nên cái đó đúng, đó là một cái phương pháp Phật giáo, Phật có dạy như vậy. Mình không có phản ứng gì hết, người ta sẽ bỏ. Tại vì người ta tới cho là có hành động như vậy để chúng ta tạo cái phiền nhiễu, phiền não chúng ta. Nếu mình không có phiền não, chúng ta chán, nó sẽ bỏ đi. Để tôi trả lời như vậy là hơi thiếu từ bi một tí. Mình làm như vậy, vấn đề nó vẫn còn, nó chưa được giải quyết. Vẫn thiếu phải là cái biện pháp tốt nhất để của người Phật tử. The rest of you, any other ideas? Yes, Thomas. You thought, I remember what your original question was.
Oh, my original question was about homosexuality actually, because you were, or if there's the no sex outside of marriage thing, I didn't know what the official Buddhist position was on homosexuality, and does it depend on the legality of gay marriage? But that's kind of throwing us off.
So what happened? You're allowed to ask any kind of question. Homosexuality in the midst of sex language.
Sorry.
Wow. You're good.
You don't have to answer. You just asked about my previous question.
Yeah, let me think about it. Of an official position that does not offend the homosexuals and lesbians. Then let me finish that and I get to your question, or I think about your question. So what is the Buddhist approach? The Buddhist way, one of the ways that we do is we recognize, we try to understand why they use such foul language. What incited them to use such foul language, to have such behavior. If you do not react, then you're helping yourself, you're not helping the others. You lack ideas. I try to clue you in. I mean, we're talking about two people who have some ideals here. They brought ideal things, idealistic things. So now I'm adopting the idealistic Buddhist approach. Okay?
Right. So you should do like this. You should say,
yes.
Somebody's cursing his heart. You should say, okay, so what's your problem?
I don't think it
That would inflame the situation.
How would it work? Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't it depend a whole lot on what the specific situation is I mean, some people curse like they're really trying to curse you out. Other people just curse because it's part of their regular vocabulary.
Yeah. My point is that if it affects you, the Buddhist approach is to recognize it affects you. Okay? Tôi giảng cho mình nghe. Nếu như mình nghe những cái lời thô lỗ, những cái lời mà bạo ngữ, ác ngữ như vậy mà khó chịu, thì mình phải công nhận mình khó chịu. Agree? You have to be kind and compassionate to yourself first.
法师的意思就是说，
You cannot say, no, it doesn't affect me. I will not let it affect me. Forget it. It affects me. It makes me feel bad. It annoys the heck out of me. Can't you be honest for a change? You want to keep on putting on a facade. You're so strong, you're so special, you're so superior. I'm not impressed. You're not real. You're pretending to be someone you're not, something you're not. I admit, I affect me. It bothers the heck out of me. You have to give them feedback that you compassion to yourself and the other person, because maybe he or she doesn't realize the kind of effect they're having on you. Okay? Hmm? Yeah.
法师说，这个佛教的这个解决的方式就是说，第一点，如果对方对你出恶语的话，如果你觉得他是会影响你，那你就要诚实的，先了解说是会影响你，你要诚实的承认它。
Do we agree on that?
同意吗？
Có đồng ý cho này cái như vậy này.
Yes.
Nếu như
Yes, we do.
nếu như người ta dùng những cái lời, cái hành động, cái thái độ như vậy làm mình khó chịu, mình phải công nhận mình khó chịu vậy. Cái đó là mình từ bi với mình phải công nhận nó tôi chịu. Mình không thể nào mình nói là mình coi như không có chuyện gì xảy ra là như vậy, là mình thiếu từ bi đối với mình giả bộ làm bộ làm tịch. Mình thú nhận như vậy để mình nói người ta biết, để người ta biết. Nhiều khi người ta không ngờ rằng nó có cái ảnh hưởng như vậy, nó tạo cái tạo cái cảnh giới như vậy, nó tạo cái phiền não cho mình như vậy, người ta không biết. Cái đó mình vừa từ bi cho mình vừa từ bi cho người ta. You see, you have to learn to vocalize yourself, express yourself, your emotions in a way that is constructive. Okay? Especially when you have children, when you try to teach someone, you have to learn to express yourself, to reach out and inform instead of judging. Am I making sense? Mm-hmm. If I admit I'm pissed off and I'm upset about this, but it's constructive, isn't it? You share your feeling, you're being honest with your emotions, and you feed them, you provide them feedback. But you learn to do it in a way that does not offend them. Don't do it like text who says, so what's your problem? Okay? It would just the opposite of what we're trying to do. You provide feedback, we're not trying to provoke them or make them feel bad. Am I making sense? See, the Asians are so stupid. Excuse me. They're so naive about these things. They have no clue. You're supposed to learn to share your emotions, share your feelings, share your understanding. Okay? You're not an island. Their parents never taught them the importance of this, of sharing, of communicating. Okay? You by yourself, you're useless. You cannot be with anyone else. Wake up. Okay? The education system is much better than the Asian system. Asian system, you bottle everything up and you can't express yourself because you're afraid you offend someone. It's improper to express your emotions. I disagree with that totally. It's okay to express yourself, share your feelings, if it can be done in a constructive way. Okay? It's so important for you to learn to do that. Okay? Wake up. Snap out of it. Alright. So you learn to share. Let me translate into Vietnamese and Chinese here so that people understand this point. It's very important. Người Á Đông là không dám biểu lộ ra cái cảm tưởng, cái ý nghĩ của mình. Tôi tin vậy là sai. Tại vì người Á Đông mình là sợ rằng làm như vậy là làm phật lòng người khác. Tôi nghĩ là sai. Cái gì kiếm cách mà express, mà biểu lộ cái mình, cái tư tưởng của mình một cách mà không làm người ta giận. Cái đó rất quan trọng.
法师说很重要的一点就是，当他影响你的时候，你要学着去给他们一些回应，但是是用非常有建设性的方式来告诉他们你的感觉这样。
It's very important for you, for me, for you to remember this, especially when you have children. Okay, is that you learn to express your emotions in a constructive way. Don't punish your children.
所以说，尤其是当你有小孩子的时候，这是非常重要的事。父母要学着去表达他们的情感而且是用正面的方式，不要去一直惩罚你们的小孩。
Cái chuyện này rất quan trọng. Chuyện quan trọng là quý vị nhớ, nhất là những người mà có con nít, có con cái phải nhớ cái chuyện này. Người có con cái phải nhớ là phải biết mình phải biết diễn tả, biểu lộ cái sự phật lòng của mình mà không có làm hại con mình. Okay, do not punish your children because you are wrong, because you are right and they are wrong. By expressing, by revealing, by saying it. Am I making sense? Does it come out right? Mình có đúng đi nữa, nó có sai đi nữa, mình phải tìm cách mình diễn tả, nói giảng nghĩa cho nó nghe, mình làm cho nó, mình làm cho mình mà không trừng phạt nó. Cực kỳ quan trọng. Mình không có quyền trừng phạt con cái mình phải dạy nó chứ mình không có trừng phạt nó. We are as parents supposed to teach our children, not punish them. Sometimes we forget, sometimes we get upset, we forget that they are so wrong and we're so right. We know they are wrong and they're not listening. Okay? And in a moment you forget about it and your behavior becomes punishing. You become the punisher instead of the teacher.
所以说，法师的意思就是说，我们要记得说，我们做父母的是要教育小孩子，而不是要惩罚他们。
Okay, any question? Yes.
Dạ, thì nếu mà trường hợp này mình nói nó ra giảng nghĩa nó đầy đủ mà nó không nghe nữa, mình dùng cái phương pháp
Đánh. spend time explaining to him, and he would still doesn't listen. So what can you do? I said, beat him up. Enough is enough. Yes.
Well, these points you're making are pretty subtle. In general, most parents I see are busy trying to impose their neuroses on their children.
You can't. You're not supposed to
Yeah,
impose
but that's
your
what they're
children.
doing. I'm just saying that's
Not
what
out
they're
of
doing.
love. Don't tell me it's okay for you to impose your will because you're right, because you really love your children, and therefore you're afraid they're going to hurt themselves. You have no right. Even if they're wrong, you have no right to impose yourself on the children. Why is that? What's so wise about that?
法师就说，不管怎么样，不管你不要用你的借口，就是说，我是对的，而且我是在教我的小孩子，我是基于爱他们的出发点来教他们。但是不管怎么样，你们还是不可以强迫你们的想法。
Tại sao mình không có quyền? Mặc dù nó sai đó, hoàn toàn nó sai, mình hoàn toàn đúng, mình không có quyền ép nó. Tại sao như vậy? Có gì phải chi tiết cho? Yes.
Tại vì nó sẽ bắt chước.
Because he or she imitates her friends, okay? Regardless of what you do, they're going to do it anyway, okay? The wisdom is in that it makes you a better person by enduring.
老师说，那其中的智慧就是说，这样子可以让你变成比较好的人，因为你要学着去忍受你不可以这样做的事实。
Tại sao mình không ép nó? Mặc dù biết nó sai mình không ép nó. Tại sao nếu mình không ép nó thì mình thành một cái người tốt hơn. If you can endure it, you become a better person. Khi mình nhẫn được thì sẽ thành một người có trí tuệ. Okay. And what's another reason? Lý do cái gì là gì?
另外一个原因是什么呢？
What's the second reason? All you parents listen carefully. All your parents and aunts and who have children and nieces and nephews. What's the second reason?
You're paying back your debt.
Yeah.
第二个就是说，因为其实你就是在还你的债，
You're supposed to suffer.
你本来就应该要受苦的。
You had a good time today.
They're getting every penny back.
Yeah. You're undergoing your retribution.
Sure.
Okay? So pay up, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't complain.
Yeah.
Pay up. Là cái do cái gì là sao? Do cái gì á? Là mình đang phải chịu cái quả khổ mà. Đừng có than. Trả đi, đừng có than. Mới gọi là trí tuệ. Trả lời xong chưa? Được chưa?
Yeah.
So I asked her, are you happy with my indirect answer? And so I asked the Bhikshuni, you asked me a question, well, what can I do so that my mind doesn't move? I'm teaching the parents about their children. I'm not answering her directly.
法师就问你问他说，你是不是喜欢我这个转弯的回答？
Okay, any other questions?
Put a comment here. I agree that you become a better person if you endure it, and you endure whatever they do. But I also think that they become better people if you can impose some standards and teach them something about what's right and wrong. And I think they become better people.
I disagree totally. Totally.
Well, how many children have you got?
He's so wrong.
No, you don't have any idea. You don't have any children. You
I'm
have
not
no right.
talking to you.
Like you have no right to make a comment. Right.
他说
Ever felt that way before? He's so wrong, they're so wrong and you're so right and there's no way to get through to your thick skull. Huh? It's impossible. Happens to me all the time. No standards. You still don't get it, do you?
I get it.
No, you don't. I just told her that you're not supposed to help unless you asked. And even if your friends takes a bottle and goes like this, you look at that, and your son, one of these days, your son is going to go, okay? Right in front of you. You sit there and you watch. Don't do anything.
Wrong.
Those of you who do not know what this is. Anyone do not know what this is? Oh, like this? Thank you. Okay, I do it right next time. No wonder. What is that? Yes.
What if he offer you to join him?
It gets harder and harder.
You gotta cut it out right at first.
Yeah.
What if it seems like you would need to give your children some kind of guidelines. Like you can stop short of imposing your will on them, but you can still educate them about, doing this thing is wrong, it's not a good idea, and tell them why it's not a good idea. And then if they go out and do it, that's their choice.
Inferior, not Buddhist. Not Buddhist. Understanding, not Buddhist. Yeah. What's this? What's this? What is it? What does it mean to you? When I do this, what does it mean to you? Besides disgust and disapproval. And I'm not going to this temple anymore. This guy, I don't know what he does. I know what he does now after he leaves the temple. But regardless, if you see me doing this, what does it mean? I'm crazy, I know, but I don't deserve it. Yes, I agree. But what does it mean?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're imitating smoking pot, right?
I think so, yeah. But what does it mean, really?
I don't know.
I'm torturing myself.
Torture.
说，真正的后面的意义就是我在折磨我自己。
Right? Ultimately, I'm hurting myself. It feels good, but eventually I'm hurting myself. It's personal choice. Who are you to stop me? Use me because I know you can't stop me.
Unfortunately, it's never happened at my own, but if it ever did, I would definitely put a stop to it.
You're too crazy for me. Okay? My point is that this happens because I'm undergoing my retribution. It's not you, it's me.
Okay.
You're caught by the appearances, manifestation. Tôi đang giảng pháp, chuyện là xong. Muốn tôi mời mọi nghe. You get my point? I am torturing myself because I'm supposed to. I'm undergoing my retribution. Okay? From my past karmas. I hurt someone, okay? And therefore now I'm supposed to suffer. If you allow me to suffer, my suffering will end a lot sooner. Have you thought of that? I am supposed to suffer. You cannot look at this as only a bad thing or a good thing. No, it has causal relationships. Okay? This is a result of some bad seeds. I need to go through the process of resolving it. If you can look at it that way, then you can detach, can't you? You can say, okay, I think it's kind of funny, but let him suffer. Because that's one way to solve the problem. If you go and you stop me and say, Master, don't stop inhaling, or do not inhale, Master. Okay, then you're meddling into my affairs, and you're not allowing me to resolve my problem. Does it make sense? Yes.
What about cigarette smoking? Same thing?
Yeah, same. Yes.
What if it becomes a life-death matter?
What?
Like they do it to a point where they're gonna die?
You know anyone like that?
No.
I do.
Okay. What can you do? Who are you to stop them from killing themselves?
If it's your children.
Who are you to stop them? You only brought them to the world. You're not. There's no. You didn't promise that to keep them alive. You only gave birth to them. You just stop. When you keep on creating more conditions, you say, okay, now I give them birth, therefore now I need to take care of them. Forget it. I have a different attitude. Does it make sense or not?
Yeah.
We have to work through our own retributions. And you need to respect that. And if they don't ask you for advices, for help, you're not supposed to give it. So does it mean you should not care? See, and let me make this point very clearly, because I do not want the newcomers to feel that we are callous and we are totally uncaring and crazy. Okay, there's some of that, but
Yes, it means that you shouldn't care.
you understand the difference. There's a very subtle point here you need to understand here, because I'm not saying that you should not care. I'm saying you cannot meddle. It's a big difference. Does it make sense? Huh? Thì nghe có rõ ràng không? Tại vì con cái mình làm như vậy nó có thể nó hại nó sắp nó mới tiếp tục nó physical như vậy nó sẽ chết, nó uống rượu nó chết, nó chết thuốc phiện nó sẽ chết. Và người ta hỏi tôi là mình lại để mình buông tay sao? Tôi nói tôi không can thiệp. Tôi nói cho rõ ràng không can thiệp không có nghĩa là mình không có thương nó, mình không có nghĩa là mình không có giúp nó. Tôi chỉ nói tôi không can thiệp thôi. Yeah.
So if you don't care, then that's a more refined level of uninvolvement, isn't it?
It's worse than uninvolvement, yes. Go ahead, translate.
法师的意思就是
Yes,
说，
I come to you.
当他们这样子，当他们这样做的时候，重点是说，并不是叫你们不要管他们，而是就是他们要做这样的自我折磨，是因为他们本身就有这样的种子，必须要受这样子的折磨。他们在这是他们的业。那法师的意思是说，你们法师是叫我们说，不是说不要去关心他们，而是不要去干涉他们。
Because what about the opposite? What if you meddle? You say, okay, stop, I can't let you kill yourself like this. Can you? If you can't, then your child, your son will resent you the rest of his life. He won't let me kill myself. Now I have to live. Are you justified? If it's your son's decision to kill himself, okay, that's his choice. You have to respect that. No matter how wrong he is. Boy, am I on a limb now.
Nobody's going to go along with that.
I respect him, but I won't go that far. It's too extreme.
Nobody's going to go
I
along.
mean, 3 years ago I felt, but now I can see something. Yeah.
I'm proposing two things. I'm suggesting two things for you to be very clear about. Number one, the bottom line is that we need to respect them as individuals. We need to respect their choices. That is fundamental. Cái chuyện cái phần quan trọng nhất đó là gì? Con cái mình phải tôn trọng cái sự lựa chọn, phải tôn trọng, cực kỳ quan trọng. Okay? You need to respect that. That is fundamental. If you do not have the fundamental respect for the individual as who is your son, your daughter, then there's something wrong with you.
You're talking about them as adults, right? They're children as adults, not as like teenagers or.
As teenagers as well. Yes.
What about alcoholism? Same thing?
Same thing. Okay? What if they're not, the question is, what if they're children, they're not adults, they have no judgment. Okay?
It seems almost more important to give them their head when they're children when they're adults. Because adults, you're an adult, they're an adult, you have adult give and take. Now, when they're teenagers...
There are two aspects of that. I need you to be, I want you to be aware. Number one is that just because you cannot, you choose not to meddle until you ask, does not mean you don't prepare, you don't give, you don't open the door for them to ask. You just have to be smart about it. You have to create the bonds and the trust so that they ask you when they need to. And that's not going to happen unless you do not impose yourself. Let them come to you from their own volition, their own free will, your own choice. Then they listen to you. Then they trust you. Then your advice can make a difference. On the other hand, you impose your will and say, because I'm right and you're wrong, I know in 10 years you're going to regret it. You know, your brain's going to be fried, you keep on at it, you know, and your body's going to be shot. Okay? They're not going to listen to you anyway. What makes you think they're going to listen to you? They're not willing to listen to you right now. So why should you even bother wasting your energy and make him upset. Why should you? You're being dumb. He still disagrees with me. Okay? You have to be smart about it. Don't meddle unless you have a chance to make a difference. If you have no chance to make a difference, ignore it. Because it's your retribution. It hurts like hell when you have to watch it. You hurt so much when you have to watch your son, your daughter hurt themselves. Okay? But you're trying to stop it in the improper way of stopping it, it's not going to help. It only makes things worse. That's point number 1. Is it clear?
所以说，法师说第一点就是说，你不能干涉他们，一直到有需要的时候，就是说他们问的时候，你才要去干涉他们，不然的话，你都是不然是没有用的，因为你跟他们讲道理，他们是本来就是不会听的。
Cái phần tôi nói phần quan trọng là những con cái mình rõ ràng con cái mình mà nó hư hỏng, mình không có quyền can thiệp mình. Tại sao như vậy? Mình phải đợi lúc đúng mình can thiệp. Đó là trí tuệ. Và mình can thiệp trước khi mà mình có thể can thiệp được. Mình chỉ làm nó giận mình thôi, nó làm nó không tin mình. Và lần sau mình còn cơ hội giúp nó được. Và việc biết ghi nhận mình rồi. Cái đó là trí tuệ, cái đó là cái sức mạnh. Tại mình biết nhìn con cái này nó bị khổ sở, nó làm hư như vậy, nó sẽ cái tâm mình khổ sở, không phải là dễ. Đó mới là trí tuệ. Điều thứ nhất là mình phải đợi, mình phải khôn, mình đợi lúc nào đúng mình mới can thiệp được. Không thể nào sớm hơn, cũng không thể nào trễ hơn. Đó là cần trí tuệ. Chứ không phải là mình không ghét, không phải mình không thương. Chính vì thương nó mình mới biết nhận để mình đợi. Okay, and point number 2 is how?
Dạ, cái đó là con thấy rất là đúng, nhưng mà nhiều khi á, chứ mình cười vậy nhiều khi nó tu lây sao lại như chỉ đó. Khi mà nó nhận ra được là nó không còn nữa thì cái đó là
Thì đó là phần thứ nhì. It says, what if it's too late? You see, you have to be a parent to ask these questions. You could, it cuts your heart, it breaks your heart into a million pieces. You have to watch your children suffer so much and go so wrong. Okay, it hurts a lot more than you can ever imagine unless you become a parent. So he asked a question, a real question that Thomas will never be able to ask. What if it's too late? You can't phrase it. I rephrase it for him. What if it's too late? If I wait too long, what if it's too late for me to do anything about it? That's what point number 2 comes. Don't wait, it's still too late. Do not wait until it's too late.
所以第二点呢，就是讲说，但是不要等到事情发生到太晚，已经没有办法救的地步。
Cái này cái câu hỏi không chỉ sợ bác hỏi lỡ mà bác hỏi hơi xía thì tôi sửa lại cho bác, sửa lại cho bác. Nói là nếu trường hợp mình cái người cha này mình thấy được cái khổ này, mình thấy con cái mình nó hư, nó đi đường rõ ràng nó hư, nó sẽ tự hại mình ngồi mình làm như vậy lỡ trễ quá sao chứ nó được bây giờ. Tại cái lòng nó nát 1.000 mảnh rồi, không thế đứt 1.000 đỏ, tim nó rạn nở hết rồi, mà sao mình ngồi mình đợi được quá lâu nữa? Thứ nó đừng có đợi. Đó là phần thứ nhì, đừng có dài mà đợi. Don't wait. Okay? Gì khác sẽ?
不要第二点就是不要等到说太晚没有办法救的地步。
You can help them indirectly. Giúp tụi nó bằng cách gián tiếp.
你可以用间接的方法帮助他们。
How? How? You know it already.
Dedicate blessings to them.
Give blessings to them. So the blessings will overcome their obstructions. You counterbalance their retributions.
So you can do that without meddling at all. You just do
That's
it.
right. Just give them blessings. It's okay. I give you blessings.
就是帮他们种福，所以让他们的福报可以成熟，最后可以抵消他们的这个必须要受的业。
Ok, thành mình đối phó bằng cách nào? Mình đừng có đợi bằng cách là mình cho tụi nó cái phước, cho nó phước, hy vọng cái phước nó sẽ gỡ cho nó kịp. Okay, there's no guarantee here. Okay, you have to keep on give them blessings until it's enough to counterbalance it. That's all you can do. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that there's nothing I can do. I'm telling you, yes, there's something you can do. Give him blessings. If you're not willing to give him blessings, it's your problem now. It's not his problem. Isn't it interesting? You are in control all the way. You just don't know how to do it. That's all. You can be a parent. You can be a good parent. The direct way or the indirect way. Cho đủ thứ, cho phước, hồi hướng công đức. Mình làm chuyện tốt, mình tu hành xong mình cái công đức là mình cho. Okay. Okay, I can stop here because I'm running over time. And Sunday afternoon, I will have better things to do. Any final question? Ai thắc mắc gì không? Does it make sense now? I want you to consider about these issues. It's very important. First of all, you have to respect them and wait until you ask. Do not meddle unless they ask you. So you may have to, my point is you have to make yourself worthy and trusted so that they ask you. Okay? And you make yourself available so that they will ask you when they need to, when they're ready to ask you. That's all you can do. That's why what do? You bond with them, you go shopping with them, you go buy them coffee, you give them a small gift, and you go and stroke the hair, and then brush the hair, and say, honey, your hair looks so nice. You do bonding. You're very smart. You open the door all the time. Am I making sense? Don't tell me that you have such a hard day, 8 hours from work, now you go home so tired, can I just rest? No, you can't rest. You go home, you bond with your children. You invest in the future. Problem solving. You need to learn to bond with your children. You need to learn to bond with the people you love. If you're not bonding with your husband today or yesterday, boy, are you in trouble. Who is bonding with your husband and your wife recently? Doing stupid things. Things that are nonsense. No benefit whatsoever. It's not about making money. It's not about anything useful at all. It's just the stupid things. Like sharing time, like sharing feeling, just like being together. Who has done that recently? Raise your hand. One person. No wonder you're so unhappy. Just because your life is so busy that you forget to bond. There's no excuse for it. You know, I watch people come to sit and behind there, and the armies, and the nephew with it. It's bonding. It is so important. And then the kid comes in and touches you. That's bonding. Okay? But that's physical. That's emotional. What about intellectual? We are, you see, we are creatures of logic. Talk to them. How do you talk to them? By asking about what they want, not what you want. Okay? Don't sit there and say, I want you to be a good boy. I want you to be a good girl. Forget it. They don't want to be a good girl. Remember we talked about it? We all want to be bad. Because bad is more fun. Okay? So don't be stupid. Ask them about what they want. And then you help them out. Help them get what they want. That's when they listen to reason. See how devious I am? I'm much better parent than you are.
You want some kids?
See what I mean? They're not going to listen to you unless you tell them about things that they want to hear about. That's when you can teach them. Life is so much richer that way, because you are exposed to the world of your children. They open up to you now. It is so much richer. It's always, to me, you're always so busy doing this, doing that, you forget about sharing, about communicating, about helping. You're so busy helping your boss get what you want, helping yourself get what you want. You forget about helping the people you really love most in this life to get what they want. So yesterday I talked about the questions about, what if they're wrong at work and we know they're going to get into big trouble and they're going to cause a lot of problems and make the company lose money. So what? They recover. The company will recover. It's not the first time. You lose the opportunity to bond and help others. That's what matters. The iPhone is no longer the best phone anymore. Now the Android system is much better. Even the great thing like that only lasts for so long. It doesn't matter. It's no big deal. Okay, I stop here. Otherwise, we never stop. Yeah, no questions. If you ask questions, I will not stop. All right. I think we should close this and move to the we did not even finish point number 15 today.